Mercury Season Preview is sponsored by Fry's Food Stores.
Right now on an Arizona's Family Sports Special, we're setting the stage for a new season of Phoenix Mercury basketball.
I just like to be an all-around player, offense, defense.
With a revamped roster.
I really am everywhere on the court. Like, I like to build every single piece of my skill set to be the best basketball player I can be.
And a new leader on the court.
But also putting my own little spin on it this year, getting players to want to come here and play with me.
Head coach Nate Tippett's entering his second year leading the team.
I feel like I kind of saw a little bit of everything, and hopefully in years to come it'll get easier.
And the Mercury say goodbye to a couple of legendary players.
It's pretty simple. I just wanted to win. At the end of the day, I did everything because I wanted to win. I wanted to compete and I wanted to win.
All that and more right now on the Phoenix Mercury Season Preview.
And we welcome you to our 2025 Phoenix Mercury Season Preview Special. Mark McClune alongside Nick King, back for another season, but this is almost an entirely new team from a year ago for the Mercury.
And this isn't your average roster turnover, because for the past 2 decades, we've had one name that's been the focal point of the Mercury roster. Now we officially enter the post-Taurasi era of Phoenix Mercury. Diana Taurasi, whose WNBA career started during George W. Bush's first term, saying goodbye this offseason. And she's not the only big name moving on. Brittany Griner, a cornerstone of the franchise since 2011, signing with the Atlanta Dream in free agency, while fan favorite Sophie Cunningham, who was here more than half a decade, landed in Indiana as part of a 4-team trade. She's now playing with the Fever and Caitlin Clark. Since Nick Uren was hired as general manager in July of 2023, there is no longer a single player remaining from the roster he inherited 22 months ago. That's not to say the Mercury are lacking any star power. Uren brought in a couple of big names this offseason in Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabali. Those two, along with Kalia Copper, who enters her second season in Phoenix, make up a new big three for this team.
Well, with so much turnover this offseason, Copper takes over as the franchise player, and she certainly earned it, averaging a career-high 21 points per game in 2024, playing in her 4th All-Star game, earning second-team All-WNBA for the first time, and winning an Olympic gold medal with the Team USA in Paris. She also scored 30-plus points in 9 games last year, tied with Aja Wilson for the most in the dub. That's a lot of growth for an already established player with a championship and finals MVP on her resume. And now she's stepping up as the new team leader in Phoenix, thanks to some help from head coach Nate Tippett.
That's what he does to me. Every time he sees me, he's like, and I'm like, lead. He's like, lead. Like, he'll text me in the morning or something, hashtag lead, and I'm like, I got it.
I already know she's a top 10 WNBA player, right? She proved it last year.
Copper, 1 point shy of her career high. It's a new career high, 38 points.
But how are you going to come to work every day? That's my challenge to her, right? Can you set the tone for us?
Kalia Copper from the Philadelphia Inquirer. What was the conversations that you had with Kalia Copper before the season, and just talk to me about what she's been doing early on during training camp?
Well, if you would have been here 5 minutes early, you would have heard this. But
sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, you're good.
I wasn't drafted to Chicago or traded to Chicago to be the franchise player. I had to grow into the franchise player, and then deciding to join great players here, DT, BG, who have literally shaped this franchise into what it is, to now trying to turn the page and like continuing to uphold their legacies and what they've done, but also putting my own little spin on it this year, getting players to want to come here and play with me, and just keep the standard there and continue to win.
She's ready for it, and I just don't want her to get comfortable when it comes to like just being a player. She can do more. You can see it, feel it. She's just kind of growing up and taking on ownership to that.
I'm super grateful for my process. I'm super grateful for my career. Nothing ever being handed to me, literally having to work for everything. It just feels so much better when you work your butt off, and then you just get it.
Now, like Copper, Tibbetts is entering his second season with the Merc. In year one, Tibbetts led Phoenix to a playoff appearance, exiting in the first round after an 0-2 loss to Minnesota. But their 19-21 record marking a 10-win increase from 2023 when they finished dead last in the WNBA.
Tibbetts and Uren want the Mercury in 2025 to be versatile, positionless, playing with pace and in space, which is why those guys are pretty giddy to get the triple-double queen and the unicorn in the locker room this year.
If you would have told me before free agency that we'd come out with those two, I'd be doing backflips.
Sabally, NBA 3.
Satu could be a 4-3-2-1, and AT has played a lot of 4, but she can also play 5, and she's going to play point for us.
The WNBA's all-time leader in triple-doubles.
AT and 1, baby!
A top 5 finisher in MVP voting each of the last 3 years. Alyssa Thomas has come a long way since first picking up a ball as a 5-year-old.
I still remember coming home and my mom telling me that she signed me up for basketball, and I dropped to my knees and was crying, and I thought she ruined my life at that point.
Now AT just ruins opposing players' lives. The 6'2" 33-year-old, top 3 in Defensive Player of the Year voting 3 times in the last 5 years. Not everyone likes to play defense.
Yes.
You like to play defense?
I love to play defense. I love when people are frustrated and you can see it on their face, and then that's when you know, okay, I'm in their head and I'm just gonna keep laying it on them.
Not only does she love it, she's amongst the best in the world at it. It's her physical ability, it's her size, it's her toughness, it's her competitiveness. More than anything, it's her brain. I've never been around a player as smart as she is, and I've been around some pretty smart players.
There's only so many players that are here mentally. Obviously, DT was one of them. AT is there too.
That's Thomas's superpower. Satu Sabally is just superhuman, a mythical creature. Did you first describe yourself as a unicorn, or did someone else say it?
My college coach, Kelly Grace, actually came up with it. Just came up to me one day and was like, "You're like a unicorn." I have many interests, many passions, and I think that I just bring a certain energy to an environment that I'm in.
One of Sabaly's many interests and passions, fashion.
Fashion is just a way of reflecting yourself in public, and I think it's very important how I dress and how I feel. Obviously, the game is such a mental preparation, and with that comes also how you walk into your workspace or walk into the arena. So I always like looking good and feeling good.
Look good, feel good, play good. The 27-year-old's dealt with injuries for much of her professional career, but when she's right, Sabaly's about as good as it gets. The Rookie of the Year in 2020, first team All-WNBA in 2023.
Stepping right into the 3. Man!
At 6'4", she's a unicorn once she puts a jersey on, too.
I had a problem with the description of a unicorn with the court at first because I'm I don't want to be portrayed as something nice and sweet on the court, you know what I mean? Because I'm a very aggressive player and very assertive too. Once it really dawned on me how I play, because I really am everywhere, and I think that's really what's making me a unicorn on that court. And it may look effortless, some people say, but there's a lot of work behind it.
All right, well, along with Thomas and Sabally, the Mercury also adding guard Zevgi Uzin and Kalani Brown to play the 5, standing at 6'7", both coming to Phoenix from Dallas along with Sabally. Phoenix also signing guard Sammy Whitcomb, who played with Seattle in 2024, and guard Kit Laxa, who has not yet made her WNBA debut after she was drafted 11th overall back in 2020. Uzin and Brown were teammates together in Dallas along with Sabally, and bring some of that chemistry here to Phoenix.
I just want to help my team, whatever it takes on the court, whatever I need to do that day. I just want to show up for them. I just want them to count on me with my hard work, or practicing with me, them knowing me. So that's my #1 goal, being consistent for them.
I've been buried in the bench pretty much since I started. I've always been behind someone or not really given an opportunity, and I feel like this is an opportunity to showcase just how dominant I can be. So I just want to focus on that and focus on just winning. I just want to win.
Now, both Brown and Uzin could see time as starters. So could Whitcomb. Another returner from last year is Natasha Mack, the Mack truck, as we like to call her. And she likes to call herself.
And if it's the latter two, and honestly, even if it isn't these two, just the fact that Whitcomb and Mack should be in the rotation is pretty incredible, considering both thought their playing days were over a long time ago. 2010, after her senior season at the University of Washington, Sammy Whitcomb, an undrafted free agent, gets a training camp tryout with the Chicago Sky.
I knew I was going to get cut from that team. Like, I made it to the very end, but I was not good enough to make the league. But I remember sobbing in the rental unit that I was in at the time when I got cut, thinking like, I don't have anything else. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, right?
Did you think your basketball career was over?
I did at first just because I had a really good agent in terms of she was very connected. She represented a lot of these players that had gigs overseas and, you know, just flat out said, oh, I can't, there's not interest, I can't get a job for you.
To make ends meet, Whitcomb took a video coordinator job at her alma mater.
Which was just awful, like just not a good job, especially at the time. You're putting in VHSs and waiting for them to upload and then cutting every game. It was just, you know, it's not the job for me. So I signed up for these men's leagues in Seattle, women's leagues. I played noon hoops with all the coaching staff. I was just trying to do everything I could to stay fit and ready.
It paid off. She landed a gig in Germany.
Once I got that one job, I felt like, okay, I'll be able to like prove I can do this and keep getting jobs. But I needed that one. So it was a bit of a scary time.
Whitcomb saw her career take off in Australia a few years later and made her WNBA debut as a 28-year-old rookie in 2017. She's held a spot in the league ever since.
I'm a late bloomer. I always say that. It's taken me a long time.
Now, Whitcomb is coming off an Australian Winter League where she was regular season and championship MVP after leading her team to a title.
That was like, you know, really incredible. It was something I really did want to appreciate and show gratitude for and, you know, like, I don't know, tell myself I did it, you know, like just celebrate that because it's hard. It's hard to do those things and it's hard to do it at, you know, 36 as well. So I was really proud of that.
Whitcomb, not the only player in Phoenix, grateful to still be hooping at a high level. I was reading about when you left Houston.
That story. Yeah.
That story is gonna follow you, huh?
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
In 2016, shortly after starting her freshman year of college, Natasha Mack dropped out. It's not working out, and you decided to do what?
I decided to go to the chicken poultry and like cut chicken wings off the chicken. Still got the rotation down. Like that's ingrained in me as well. So I did that for like almost a year.
So working a 9 to 5, cutting wings off a chicken. At that point in your head, like, is basketball over for you?
Yeah. It was over. It was done for.
Mack came back to the court, played at a junior college, then Oklahoma State, was a second-round pick in 2021, but only appeared in 4 WNBA games until last year, when she played in 40 games for the Mercury with 11 starts. Do you reflect on kind of how wild the journey is?
Yeah, especially when things get hard and I find myself being a little ungrateful. I'm like, I could still be cutting chicken wings right now. Like, all I have to do is show practice, give my all, and help my team instead of cutting chicken wings that smell like chicken every night. So, yeah, when times get hard, I just have to go back and, like, think, like, you came a long way. Let's not give up now.
Coming up on this Mercury season preview special.
At the end of the day, I did everything because I wanted to win. I wanted to compete and I wanted to win.
The GOAT says goodbye as Diana Taurasi rides into the sunset. And we'll say hello to the new voice of Mercury broadcasts.
The history of the franchise had a lot to do with that. A team that does it right, a city that really embraces the franchise, and history, legacy, and championships.
So, shout out to my tour guide. She was like, I want you to get the full experience. You look like you're looking for the full experience. So she's like, I want you to hold it in your mouth, and I want you to just like, and I was like, nah, I can't do it. And as he got closer, I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do this again. So I'm like, I'm gonna get the full experience. And I did it. I'm glad I did it.
That's Kalia Copper spending some time in Sedona this offseason making friends with a giraffe.
And Mark, a giraffe is really just a long-necked goat.
The King's fun facts.
Is that a stretch, maybe? And the Mercury are without their goat for the first time in 2 decades after Diana Taurasi's retirement earlier this year. And she reflected on her time in Phoenix and what the community here in the Valley means to her.
It's just been wonderful to be a part of this community in the past and going into the future. I'd expect to be even more entrenched in the community because they do support us at every turn. And it's hard being a fan. I didn't say thank you enough to the fans. To come to the games every single night, that effort, that passion that they come with must be exhausting. Because I'm a fan now and I fan hard. And I'm exhausted sometimes. At the end of the day, I did everything because I wanted to win. I wanted to compete and I wanted to win. I didn't do it for, a little bit of fame, a little bit of money. I didn't do it for any of that. I did it literally to win and have the respect of the people around me. And I always had this inner motor, this inner fire of trying to be better. I never thought I was good enough, and those are the things that made me walk into the gym every single day, earlier than everyone, stay later than everyone, work out when no one's watching. I'm still working out like I'm getting ready for the season at home. And Penny's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just trying to be better."
She officially retired. Doesn't quite sound like it. Well, Taurazi's records are numerous. Only Sue Bird played more games in the dub than DT, and these are just her regular season numbers. She's the only player in WNBA history to score more than 10,000 career points. DT has the most field goals made and attempted. Same goes for three-pointers, and that longevity also comes some of the less desirable records. Nobody has more turnovers than Taurazi. She also holds the career record for personal fouls and technical fouls. But in her time, she won 3 championships, 14 all WNBA selections, and appearing in 11 All-Star games. Oh yeah, she also has 6 Olympic gold medals. She is truly one of one.
Gonna miss her. But in the summer of 2026, DT will become one of 6 as a member of the Mercury Ring of Honor with her jersey hanging in the rafters. She'll join Cheryl Miller, the first head coach in Mercury history, along with 3 players from the team's original lineup in Jennifer Gillum, Michelle Timms, Bridget Pettis, who scored the first basket in franchise history, and then DT's wife also in there, Penny Taylor. Taurazi's departure not the only significant change for the Mercury this offseason. Brittany Griner reached free agency for the first time in her career and signed with the Atlanta Dream. Griner played 11 seasons in Phoenix, earning 9 All-Star selections, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in 2014 and 15, and was a member of the 2014 WNBA title team. In 315 games with Phoenix, Griner averaged almost 18 points, more than 7 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game. Mercury fans watching games on 3TV and AZ Family Sports this season will hear some new voices, and Shots will take over the majority of play-by-play duties this season next to Ann Myers-Drysdale, with Brayden Bell calling select Mercury games throughout the season, and Arizona native Kate Longworth roaming the sidelines.
I've been watching Ann Shots for years. She comes to Phoenix after a long and illustrious career calling mainly basketball, softball, and soccer all around the country. But when an opportunity to work with the Mercury opened up, Shots says it was a pretty easy decision.
Portland had a WNBA franchise in 2000, 2001, 2002. It was very quick, but those 3 years allowed me to get to know the Phoenix Mercury, obviously being one of the originals. And going on the road and playing here in Phoenix was always a happening. And those are things you just don't forget about. A team that does it right, a city that really embraces a franchise, and history, legacy, and championships.
Still ahead.
Do you know where you can find the bobbleheads, or are they already
Well, we are out.
Climbing the ranks.
In the dresser, I want to become the manager for the Suns in Mercury one day.
Meet the man promoted from greeter to a guest services rep in the organization that gave him his first opportunity at PHX Arena.
To talk about raising awareness, having greeters at Footprint Center and all these places, that raises awareness. People come in, they go, "Hey, I never met somebody with Down syndrome before. This is a pretty nice young man, young woman."
Well, back in 2019, Robert Hendershot started Angels for Hire, a nonprofit organization that places adults with Down syndrome in greeter roles at sports venues across the country.
I love this so much. Here in Phoenix, Jordan Layden started as a greeter at PHX Arena, but he soon found himself taking on a bigger role and getting just as much out of the job as he put into it.
Up here, get closer. That's one.
When we found out about this, we jumped at it.
Jordan in particular has been a huge asset to our team.
I don't want to be alone. I don't want you to do it all by yourself.
Myself? Wow, that's so sweet of you to do that.
Yeah. I like my job a lot. I really do, and I take stuff really seriously. I got guys over here.
He really took the initiative to learn things outside of the greeter position.
That's going to be over there.
Okay.
Thank you. My pleasure.
He sees somebody that needs help, and he jumps in and he helps that guest out. He sees trash on the floor, he'll pick it up and put it in the garbage. He'll straighten up the chairs here because he wants it to look nice. He knows that's important.
He was identified by one of our team captains as a good candidate for a promotion.
And then all of a sudden, my boss said, I get promoted to a new job.
He's moved up to be a guest service representative. So now we have him at the doors scanning tickets and helping folks get in the building.
Do you know where you can find the bobbleheads, or are they already
Well, we are out.
Okay, thank you.
He was so excited to get this opportunity. I mean, in his words, he wants to run this place.
In the future, I want to become the manager for the Suns in Mercury one day.
Jordan has been serving for probably 8 years in a guest services role at church, and so he is front and center. He's always out there greeting, welcoming, and so he's the life of the party.
I dance a lot.
I think one of the biggest challenges facing the disabled community is just exposure, interaction, and opportunity.
There's not a lot of opportunity for individuals with Down syndrome, especially adults. They're kind of brushed aside because now they're out of school. He graduated in 2017, and so he's just been kind of in limbo. And then we found out about Inches for Hire, and I said, you know what, this is a great opportunity for him.
So 98% of the people that go to a sporting event, they have never had any interaction with somebody with Down syndrome of any note, ever. I've seen it change the hearts and souls and minds of this hard-bitten people so many times.
Good? So good so far.
So they get a chance to enlarge their circle of trust as far as meeting people goes. So they start talking to people, start interacting with people, and it just, their self-esteem goes through the roof.
So you have to go to the ticket booths over here.
I can't even explain how happy I am and how life-altering this has been for us. I mean, it's incredible. He's accepted.
How you doing, man? Doing good.
They treat him just like everybody else.
Have a good one. You too.
And he feels like an adult. He feels like he's 26.
Yes, and everybody in here is like my family. They're full.
Magic. That's it.
Yep, that's it. Enjoy the game, guys. Go Suns.
Awesome. Shout out Matt Hippie, our producer, for putting that together. Shout out Jordan. As if you needed another reason to go down to the game, go say hi to Jordan.
Yeah, I can't wait to go down there and meet Jordan in person. I can't wait to go down there and watch this team this year. We both had a chance to be around the team a little bit. What are your thoughts on how things shake out and how they finish up?
They've got 3 of the top 10 to 12 best players in the W. Minorly concerned about the depth, but can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, we'll see how they play defense. I think they got a lot to work with. This has been our season preview special. We'll see you at the arena.